from Puerto Rico. A little bit of background story. My mother moved us when I was 5 to the Bronx, New York. So that was when I first came to the US. And then she said, makes it more real. I know, right? Real life, right? So when I first learned about the business opportunity, I really didn't learn about this business opportunity. I fell in love with the products. I came in very sick. I'm only 37 years old. When I started the company, it was 3 years ago, so I was even younger. And I was already feeling a lot of sickness in my body, bloating, carpal tunnel. My legs would numb up, hormonal imbalance. And this was all after I had my boys back to back. I had 2 pregnancies back to back, and I became very sick. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen, right? And show you some pictures of, I don't know if you guys can hang on. So let me first find the picture and then I'll go ahead and share the screen. But essentially, I was 42 pounds heavier. I was a size 20. I was very sick. And so this is, real life pictures. I'm going to go ahead and show, right? Now, so sorry, this was very impromptu, but I just want you guys to be able to see the difference. This was me before I started Total Life Changes. So I don't know if you guys could see that. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yep, we can see the picture.
All right, so this was me at a size 20. I was 3 years younger, experimenting with, I was having postpartum depression, bloating, very heavy. And so I've lost 42 pounds, 9 dress sizes. The bloating has gone away. I look very, very different than I did then. I see this person and I can't really recognize when I look in the mirror, because now I'm no longer a size 20. I am down to a size 10, 11 at most. So it's like half of me now. That comes to show, right, the power that these products have had and the effect that they have had on my body, my face, how I feel, my mood. And one of the products that started my transformation was this brew tea. This brew tea has a whole bunch of herbs and natural products that essentially controlled my hormone imbalance and allowed me to shed all this excess retention of liquids and fluids that I had within my body. Nothing else was doing the job. Medications for fluid retention. They just, kept on prescribing medications and things like that, but nothing would work. I didn't know how to get my hormones under control, my stress under control. Sometimes I would get up and I would be so tired that I didn't even want to deal with my kids. So when I started on the products, I noticed that I lost 10 pounds my first week of pure water weight. The carpal tunnel symptoms were gone. And that's what really sold me on these products and the effect that they had on people. After that, I started really wondering, well, if these products can help me out in such a big way and impact my life in such a big way, I wonder what it could do for other people. So then I started sharing. I started listening into people's issues, and I saw a lot of people that had energy drinks all the time, a lot of moms that were tired like me, a lot of people that had issues with bloating, with constipation, with hormonal imbalances, and just, on the day-to-day basis. And they would just comment their problems, and I'd be like, well, I have something for you. I started sharing, and then a friend of mine, which was the one that introduced me to the product, said, well, I could tell you about how you could make an extra income weekly just doing what you're doing, which is recommending the products, right? Products that already work, products that sell themselves pretty much, because you don't have to sell the people on the products. You know, people feel an immediate relief and an immediate impact in their body when they consume these products, right? The products that I'm going to talk about today are from Total Life Changes, and boy, have I had a total life change since I started those products, right? And so I've impacted the lives of many people, been able to be a better mom, more present financially, physically, and mentally because of this wonderful opportunity that I'm going to present today. And so today I'm going to go ahead and actually show you, right? Not only do the products work, does the brewed tea work? Do the NutriBurst and all of the products that this company has to offer work, but they also have a big potential to make you an actual residual income. I'm not talking about millions of dollars on the spot. I'm not talking about, you know, you could very well make that income if you consistently, you know, work. I'm not saying you can't, but how about 250 a week? How about $500 a week? Like, you know, everybody needs that kind of extra income, right, on a daily basis. And it's something that you can do from your phone, from your laptop, from your, you know, wherever you are. If you're somewhere in the middle of Mexico, we are in over 150 countries. And let me tell you, this presents a big opportunity for a lot of people because the company pays in US dollars, US currency. So for example, for a person in, let's say, the Dominican Republic, right, $1 of ours is like 20 for them. So essentially, you know what I mean? They would be getting paid weekly in US currency, which is double the amount or triple the amount that somebody in the US could make. And they're able to make this on a weekly basis. In the US, you're able to make this on a daily pay basis. And this is only with our first method of payment, which is direct retail. We have 5 different ways that the company compensates us. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, cut to the chase and start talking about the money aspect of it. But I just wanted to show first that the products actually do work and you're not having to sell somebody on something that is not going to work for them. Okay. So just a moment, pull up the presentation.
I'm gonna share, I just want to share something too while we're waiting for Ileiry in the presentation. I was on a product that was not part of our product line, and it was to help me focus and to stay in tune with what was going on and all the tasks that I had to do. And I know a lot of people struggle with this, and I've not ever been diagnosed with anything as far as ADHD or anything like that, but I've always struggled with keeping my focus and just staying in tune with one thing at a time. And so the NRG is one of the products that has really changed my life. And I just want to share that because I think a lot of people struggle with staying focused and getting things done. We are all very busy. Our world has changed. A lot of people multitask. They have a lot of things going on. So that is one of the products that I religiously take every day. I was able to get off of the other one. A lot of times when you're on prescription meds, you have to wean off. You can't just stop. And so I was a little nervous about it, but it wasn't a prescription drug, but I was able to just go back to the NRG and stop taking the other one. And it actually is doing much better than my old products. So I wanted to share that with the NRG. It's life-changing, guys. It really is.
That
So
was one of the products that actually helped me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sometimes as a mom,
okay.
you go and that energy helps pull out your mood, helps put you in a good mood to start your day, give you energy, you know what I mean, and focus to be able to carry your products from that wonderful product. And it's another product that's helped me. I can go on and on about our products, but I just wanted to talk about that as well because I felt the effects of that product as ADHD, and also you know, asked and purchased product from me because it's something that no supplement and it's not chemically altered that you can take that actually, you know, relieves the symptoms for you. So I'll see. right? The first day I spoke about that you can make money with the direct retail. So for every product, right, with a 40 um, point volume, right, you make 50%. Basically, that's $20 in your bank account the next day if you're here in the US. I mean, for me, that only is insane. So if you sell a product today, it's already in your account tomorrow. Um, and so for every product that you sell, if you sell 3 products today, that's $60. If you sell double that, it's $120, and so on and so forth, right? And so I think that's amazing because a lot of times we need cash on demand, and you can literally just share your link with a person and have those products, right? As long as you're active in your account the next day, right? The next method of payment that I'm going to talk about is when somebody associates themselves or you bring somebody else, right, into the business. When you bring somebody into the business, there is really no limit on what you can earn, but you essentially earn 50% commission on the package that they come into the business with. So let's say a person, right, comes into the business with a $500 package, you would get paid on a weekly basis, $250, right, off of that. And I think that's amazing, right? Because a lot of companies bring people, right, to consume the products and to even work the businesses, and you don't get anything in return. So anytime that you bring a business partner into this opportunity, not only are they, getting their own website and everything like that, but they have the opportunity to make money, and so do you by bringing them into the business, depending on which package they come into the business, right? And that is the second method of payment, right? Once you start, right, getting over 2 people, because a lot of people don't understand what binary is. Binary pretty much means 2. That means you have 1 person on your right and 1 person on your left. That's all that means, right? Once you have 1 person on your right and 1 person on your left, then you start earning between 10 and 30%, right, of the lesser paying volume leg that everyone brings into the team. So let's say that you bring 3 people into the team. Let's say Rebecca brings 4 people into the team. Let's say, you know what I mean? If we have a partner called Susie, she brings 10 people into the team. You are going to be getting paid between 10 and 30% off of what the team makes on your lesser paying volume leg. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not the same getting paid by 24 hours of work that you do versus getting paid for, let's say, 24 hours of 100 people working, 24 hours of 10 more people working, right? Just like you. So it's a cumulative volume that you're getting paid between percent of. That is in addition to when you bring a person into the business, that is in addition to the retail portion of it, which is like a pay on demand the next day, right? And this is only the third method of payment, right? So as you climb the ladder, right, in the business, you have the first level of leadership, which is director, right? Then rising star, director. As you ranks, you get paid a higher percentage off of this cumulative volume that the entire team makes. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's say you're a director and the director guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can see the presentation.
No, you disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so I'm not sure what
You can
happened.
still talk about it.
Okay. So basically, as you climb the ladder, right, in this business, rising star, executive director, and so on and so forth, you start getting paid a higher portion of commission based right on your team volume. So you're getting paid on not just your efforts, but everybody else brings into the business. And that is very powerful. I was just sharing a check of somebody yesterday, right? Just because her team was on a 120 smart ship and they made their smart ship on the same day, she was able to earn $14,000 in commission on the efforts of everybody in her team directly associated with her plus her. That is the powerful, you know, method of payment in this company. If you want to earn some sleep income, if you want to earn right income, based on the efforts of the entire team, this would definitely be the way to go. You don't have to do this, but I think it's definitely worth it. And it's what most people here are for, is that residual income, right? That you can make basically based on a team effort. So after that, the fourth method of payment is called the matching bonus, right? It's 50% off of your first level. And this you get access to by just having 1,000 volume in one side and 1,000 volume on the other, which I think is pretty easy. You can make that with less than 10 associates, really. And what that means is that you get paid 50% off of the check of your entire first level. So everybody that you directly bring into the business, if they make $1,000, dollars in volume that week, then just for bringing them into the business, you would be making $500. The fifth method of payment is the life changer bonus, right? And this is achieved once you hit the rank of national director, right? $1,500. Some companies will give you $1,500, like in a car or something that you have to finish paying off, or a vacation. Well, Total Life Changes doesn't do that. Once you hit right, this method of payment, the company gives you $1,500 for you to do whatever you want with them. Be paid vacations, be, putting it towards the down payment of a new vehicle, whatever you would like to do it, you are free to do whatever you want with those funds. Once you hit that rank, and it is paid right on a monthly basis. That's in addition to the retail bonus. That's in addition to what you get for the 50% match when you bring people into the business, so on and so forth, right? So we have different presenter packs, and these packs are available to us through Total Life Changes, right? They are 3 different packs, and basically you have the capability of making double what these packages, what you're paying for them in investment, you're able to get your investment like threefold. Why? Because you're taking advantage of the opportunity, right, to purchase them in becoming an associate, and they're at a much discounted price rather than you getting them right on a regular basis. So without further ado, I think, this is a major business opportunity. It's helped me earn a real income on a weekly basis, whether it be to pay for diapers, whether it be to pay for gas. You know what I mean? Some of us moms are on a tight budget, and just having the opportunity to make between 250, 500, a grand, however much time you have in a business, earn the next day, and so on and so forth, has been able to help me through very financial hardship and different situations, right, on a daily basis. Now, after the presentation is over, I'm going to have you guys refer right back to the person that invited you to the presentation, and they will be able to give you more information on how to join. And if you're really not interested in joining, because I understand that this opportunity isn't for everybody, then you could at least, give them the opportunity to test out the products. Grab a free sample from them of whatever product you'd like, and that way you can try out the products before actually wanting to join the business or supporting them that way, okay? So it was a pleasure talking to you guys today. I apologize for all of the interruptions and everything else, but it was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. And I hope you guys have a good night.